Number one business and self-development podcast, Connected Minds Podcast.
You had the ambition to further your education, but then the means were not there.
Yeah.
And one way or the other, the universe created a way.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that.
Yeah, I think that was when I moved to Accra. So I moved to Accra. I had admission into Legon, but obviously I couldn't afford it. So, I ended up on the streets of Accra. So I did different things. I sold, everything you can think of, everything I can lay my hands on. And I think Oxford Street, was my spot. So, some of the guys out there who try to sell you craft and everything, like that was me.
You were one of them?
Yeah, man. That was me back then. Did a lot of that. Did different things, for then time Zane had come to Ghana new. I used to sell phones for Zane, and I was making a 1 cedis per each phone that I would sell. But I was also their best seller. I could sell 12 phones in a day, which was mind blowing. Through that, they took me to Cape Coast to a festival to go and sell phones there. I went, did justice to that. But whilst I was there, I had the opportunity to visit the Cape Coast Castle and meet a lot of foreigners. And I was like, that was when it clicked for me about tourism. And I was like, why are people coming to Ghana? And I will ask them, what are they coming to do? They said they're either traveling on a tour or to volunteer. And the question to me was, why wouldn't you do this in my village? But rather stay in the coast where I feel like it's more developed. Because in my village, my friends were dropping out of school because they didn't have pencil, book, school uniform, basic things. So right there, I was like, how can I combine tourism with impact? So how can I take people like the people I'm meeting every day on the street into my community and use it to develop the community? So right there, I started learning about tourism, and that's when I started my first travel company. And one day on the street, I met a group of white people who says, can you help us find a restaurant? I was like, let me put what I'm selling down and I can come. I put it down. I came back. There were about 12 people and I took them to a restaurant. They asked me, what do I want to do in life? I told them my vision about going into tourism. They said, start with me. Start with us, take us around. So I took them in a trotro to Labadi Beach, to Kwame Nkrumah Museum. That day I didn't sell anything, but I enjoyed the moment. Like you said, connected minds, the kind of information or discussion I was having with them was something I have never had. It was deep. I could see it's at the next level. I really enjoyed it. I was like, this will be a good thing. I want to meet more people like this. So it really inspired me when it came to tourism. And I decided, you know what, I'm going to go get some certificate programs in tourism and do. So I went to Gimpa Hotcat, did about 3 months ground handling, 3 months tour guiding, 3 months tour operation. And then I started my first company from Facebook. So yeah, in a year, I was already clocking thousands of dollars, from tens of thousands of dollars from Facebook, at a very young age, just targeting people who wants to come to Ghana and marketing the beauty of what I can do, which is authentic experience in rural villages whilst giving back to the communities. So in 2010, I sent the first group to my village. We built a water system for the village. We did so many different things. One day I was there, a woman reached out to me on Facebook and said, hey, I've read a lot of, blog posts and stuff about you, and I want to come to Ghana. And when I come to Ghana, I want to do something like what you do, authentic. And I was like, great. So she came with the family and friends, and we went, but we spent only 3 days in the village, so we couldn't even talk about it. The moment she got back, she called me and said, I've seen the amazing work you're doing. And my husband and myself, we want to sponsor you, get education anywhere of your choice.
Wow.
Yes. So that's how I was able to get back to school.
Pause a second. It is the individual that you are. It is the path that you set yourself on. People saw that. And everybody had no option than to come in to help you.
Yeah.
This is beautiful. Such a beautiful story.
Thanks.
So you didn't end up going to the university
No.
here.
No.
You quit
Yeah.
and then got on the street,
Yeah.
started selling,
Yeah.
became a tour guide,
Yeah.
set up a tour company.
Yeah.
Then someone reached out to you to support you through education.
Yeah.
Connected minds. yeah. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. And you know, you're a pretty hardworking guy. And I think a lot of people that see you, when I watch your videos, I could see passion,
Yeah.
you know, behind what you do.
Sure.
And, you know, when a man decides to add desire and passion together, the world has no option than to clear the path for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and I think that's certainly something I see. You know, I've read your bio several times because it's beautiful to read.
Thank you.
You know?
Shout out to my wife.
She wrote it. She wrote it. Right. Yeah. No, she did a great job.
Yeah.
It's the accolades. It's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
So, what happened then?
So yes, I ended up in London, you know, and studied in London for 2 years. Then, you know, they became like family to me. So I will, you know, they'll spend Christmas in the US and spend New Year's with me in London, you know, and then go back. So it was back and forth, and we decided, why don't I just move to the US? So I applied to a couple of universities, obviously got accepted into or picked University of San Diego, the private university, beautiful campus.